Today we're going to do another basic proof on congruence supplements theorem. So if two angles are supplementary to the same angle, then they are congruent. So we're going to formally prove the congruent supplements theorem. Remember your statements and your reasons, and we have some given information that always goes first. So we are given that angle 1 and 2 are supplementary. So that's this one and this one. We are also given that angle 3 and angle 2 are supplementary. So that would be your next statement with the reason of given. We are trying to prove that angle 1 and angle 3 are congruent. That's going to be the very last step of our proof. So if I know that angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary, that means that the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees because of the definition of supplementary angles. And the same is going to be true for angles 3 and 2. So I know that the measurement of angle 3 plus the measurement of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees for the same exact reason, and yes, you need to write it twice. So if measurements of angle 1 and 2 are 180, and then measurements of angle 3 and 2 are 180, then that means these are equal to each other. What property is that? That is a transitive property of equality. So since both of these angles equal 180 for 3 and 2, that means I can set the angles equal to each other. Now, if I'm trying to prove that angle 1 and 3 are congruent, I can get rid of this angle 2 by subtracting it from each side, which would leave me with measurement of angle 1 is equal to measurement of angle 3, and I get that by applying the subtraction property of equality. And if measurement of angle 1 is equal to measurement of angle 3, then that means that their angles are congruent. So now I can say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because of definition of congruent angles, or more importantly, congruent supplements, I'm going to abbreviate, theorem. You will use the transitive property a lot when you're trying to do formal proofs, so just kind of be looking for it on a regular basis. Next, we're going to work on proving congruent complements theorem. So if two angles are complementary to the same angle, then they are congruent. So this proof is going to look very similar to the supplement theorem, except for now it's complements. So the other one added to 180, complementary angles add to 90. So let's write our statement and our reasons. And next, we want to make sure we write down our given information. So angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary. So this angle is complementary to that angle. Next, we write our second given statement. Angle 3 and angle 2 are complementary. So 3 and 2 are complementary with your reason as given. And we're trying to prove angle 1 and 3 are congruent, which will be my very last statement and reason. So similar to the last problem, if angles are complementary, that means they add to 90. So I can say that the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees, and that is by definition of complementary angles. And I can say the same with angle 3 and 2. So measurement of angle 3 plus measurement of angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees for the same reason. So if measurement of angles 1 and 2 equal 90, and measurement of angle 3 and 2 is equal to 90, what property is that? That is the transitive property of equality. So now I can say that the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 is equal to the measurement of angle 2 plus the measurement of angle 3. And I can say that because they are both equal to 90 degrees. So if this one is equal to 90 and this one's equal to 90, that means I can set them equal to each other. And now this looks just like the one we did on the last slide. So we're going to use the subtraction property of equality to subtract the measurement of angle 2 from each side, which will leave me measurement of angle 1 is equal to measurement of angle 3. That was your subtraction PO. And if the measurements of their angles are equal, that means that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And we can say congruent complements theorem. You can also say definition of congruent angles. This last one deals with right angles. So simply all right angles are congruent. This one I think is just so easy. I can't believe that someone had to actually formally prove this because it seems kind of like it's common sense. So remember, your given statements always come first. So I don't know what happened here, but that little box is supposed to be up there. So we'll put it up there. So we have angle X and angle Y are right angles. So that's your first statement. Angle X and angle Y are right angles, and that is given. And we want to prove that angle X is congruent to angle Y. So I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, well, Miss Andrews, the boxes are there, so why do I need to prove them? I know that they're both 90. This is why I don't create theorems. So we do what we did on the last two slides, and we just simply state what we know. We know that the measurement of angle X is equal to 90 degrees. And we can just say definition of a right angle because here's angle X and there's a box there. So that means it's a right angle. And then I can say the same for angle Y. So measurement of angle Y is equal to 90 degrees. And your reason is definition of a right angle because this one also has the little box. So because measurement of angle X equals 90 and measurement of angle Y is equal to 90, the transitive property states now that measurement of angle X can be equal to measurement of angle Y because they're both equal to 90. So we have transitive property of equality. And because their measurements are equal, their angles are congruent. So we can say right angles congruence theorem. Kind of common sense, I know, but there's a formal proof for it.